drug users have always been here. Hookers has always been on Vesterbro. That's where everything of the bad things started. That's in Istegade in Vesterbro. So we have always had very colorful environments. I used every kind of drugs. I had a difficult childhood and I had a lot of anger inside, so it was difficult for me to stop using. If there were a consumption room, drug consumption room, when my husband died, he wouldn't have died, not that day. I definitely can see a great difference between before and after the fixing room, definitely. Because before there were so many people in the streets bleeding and injecting, and there was a lot of very miserable people lying in the streets. Now they have a place to go.
I grew up in this area and I've seen how it was before and how it has turned now. And when I grew up, the junkies were in the yard where I was living and they were fixing in the street, they were really high, and now it's more in a concentrated area because of the fixing rooms.
It is all right. They have a place they could go and fix themselves. So I think it is the best way.
It's nice to see that somebody is doing something for them, and it's here and it's nothing to do about that. I think it's all right.
Una narcosala és un lloc on les persones que consumeixen droga poden injectar-se en un ambient net i segur. Estan finançades pel govern local i el seu funcionament va a càrrec de voluntaris i també treballadors.
They come and tell their name, what they're taking, because due to overdose and everything, it's quite nice to know what's going on. They sit down, they go and get all the things that they need, prepare the drugs, take it, clean after themselves, and then go out. We're not allowed to do the injection, but we can tell them how to do it right.
Det når man står udenfor i vintermånederne og skal fixe, så dine blodårer de forsvinder, for det er så koldt udenfor. Det er nemmere herinde, fordi der er varmt. Kroppen, blod, der kommer gang i blodomløbet, og du får tydeligt, dine årer bliver tydeligere. Der er større chance for, at du ikke skyder ved siden af.
A drug consumption room is not a treatment facility. There is not expectation for the staff in the drug consumption room that people stop taking drugs. We build relations with the users, and when you build relation, you also find trust in one another.
Giver det en form for tryghed for en som misbruger, at når man skal indtage sit stof, at så er der nogle professionelle sygeplejersker og mennesker omkring en. Og også selvom hvis man for eksempel ikke får en OD'er, men bare får et blackout, så er man fri for at vågne op, og ens mobiltelefon og penge og alt muligt er blevet stjålet fra en. Det er meget sikrere, og det er meget bedre for folk.
I don't see the drug use anymore. I see the person. And that's a very big relief for them, that part is not really important. That's not what we're talking about. Of course we talk about it, but it's not the main thing. The main thing is, how are you? Who are you? What are your dreams? What do you want to do?
A més de la narcosala temporal, actualment hi ha 2 sales més a Copenhaguen, totes elles concentrades a Vesterbro. A Istegade, el carrer principal on té lloc el tràfic de drogues, s'ubica Skuen, un centre permanent. D'altra banda, la sala mòbil, anomenada Fixelansen, va ser la primera d'obrir l'octubre del 2012 per iniciativa de l'Ània juntament amb Michael Lodberg. Aquest activista ha lluitat sempre pels drets dels consumidors impulsant diferents projectes.
We are in the meatpacking district of Vesterbro right now. It's a lot of parked cars. Before, the people who use drugs, they were injecting behind the cars. Now they can inject in the mobile injecting van. It creates better safety, much better safety and health for the drug users, and it actually saves lives.
S'han produït més de 380 sobredosis des que les narcosales van obrir, però cap ha comportat la mort del consumidor. Actualment, aquests espais acullen entre 600 i 800 injeccions diàries. D'aquesta manera, Escuen és la narcosala més gran del món pel que fa a la quantitat d'injeccions.
Back those days, drug users showed themselves everywhere and they hide behind dumpsters and everything and they died because nobody found them if they took too much.
L'agost de l'any vinent obrirà una nova narcosala a Vesterbro, que substituirà la sala mòbil i la temporal. El nou centre disposarà del mateix espai que aquestes dues per a les injeccions, però inclourà una àrea per a fumar i una zona de descans.
Downtown Vesterbro. Now we actually have 3 safe injection facilities and none in the other parts of Copenhagen. The death among drug users in Copenhagen is bigger in all the other parts of Copenhagen. 30 million Danish kroner they used just to rebuild it. For 30 million kroner we could have had 5 safe injection facilities around Copenhagen.
We need vigilancer all over the town to get the drug users to get new habits, to get them to survive. And we need to establish drug consumption rooms, those places also, because of course there are drug users everywhere. And you don't take a drug, you don't buy a drug on Amager and then take a bus 20 minutes in here to do the drug. You do the drug when you have the drug.
There's a lot of garbage from drug users.
La concentració de totes les narcosales del mateix barri pot ser un repte per a alguns veïns, ja que les dues estan ubicades en una zona residencial. Fa 28 anys que el Martin és veí de Vesterbro i admet que viure al nucli de la drogoaddicció no sempre és fàcil.
I think the problem with the fixing room right now is the concentration of drug users and pushers. And the community plans of building a new big one just near us, about 50 meters from us, is a crazy idea. It's too concentrated and it doesn't help the problem at all. This is a Facebook group I have made called, on English, Vesterbro Against Drug Hell. It's a place where we are putting pictures and some video streams and writing things who is concentrated about the problems we have in this area. Sometimes I consider to move from here because it's become too rough now, and I have to think about my daughter.
La drogoaddicció està concentrada als carrers propers a Escuen, cosa que complica la vida d'alguns veïns com el Martin, però són molts els residents que consideren que la situació ha millorat els darrers anys.
It's actually positive. Also for the business, I believe that already now there is a fixerum, as you know, and it hasn't had a bad influence on the business. It's actually a good influence because now they're not sitting right out in front of our door.
For this kind of businesses, as a bar, that I don't have to go out to the bathroom, removing somebody's needle and blood, which is a problem, yeah. But I do applaud if they make more fixing rooms. I think there should be, especially in here in Vesterbro, there should be a lot more.
The placement is correct because we don't have the same problems, for instance, in the suburbs as much. So I think it's fine that it's located here.
L'Ajuntament justifica la concentració de les narcosales de Vesterbro argumentant que aquest barri es considera el centre de la drogoaddicció a Copenhaguen.
Vesterbro was the obvious place to do it, where our cleaning people setting up those yellow boxes for needle to be dropped. We have these mobile facilities. Could that be used elsewhere in the city? And I think that's a debate that will continue. But in the opposite to Vesterbro, there was a local wish to have these facilities. I don't see that wish many other places.
Of course we can drive the Fixelance to another neighborhood. Of course we can do that. The law is the same as Vesterbro as it is 5 kilometers from here. So of course we can. It's a bad excuse.
Les narcosales no s'explicarien sense el sòlid teixit associatiu del barri, i és que molts veïns s'han involucrat en diverses iniciatives per donar suport als consumidors.
For many years, Vesterbro have fought for the drug users, and we have taken care of them. And that's a very important network, and it's a very important work to create better conditions for drug users and to cut down the death among the most addictive drug users.
Un d'aquests projectes és la revista Illegal, que és distribuïda arreu de Dinamarca per part dels consumidors. La dirigeix l'activista Michael Lodberg i els beneficis es destinen a nous projectes vinculats amb el món de la drogoaddicció.
I delivered 1911. I delivered 30 boxes. We started Illegal magazine because we wanted to challenge the war on drugs. The war on drugs has become a war on people. The only solution we actually have to cut down drugs and to educate the people is actually by informing them in good and bad about drug. Now I sell this magazine to try and bring awareness of the safest way to use drug if you're going to take them instead of pretending the issue doesn't exist.
Però la revista Illegal és només una part d'aquest teixit associatiu.
This is the Street Lawyers building, and they helped me for the first time about 6 years ago, when my child was taken away from me at the age of 9. And it took me 2 years with the help from the street lawyers to get him home.
Des de llavors, l'Ània va decidir formar part de Street Lawyers, una organització que ofereix assessorament legal i suport personal als drogoaddictes que han de fer front a situacions complicades.
The problems we can't ask the government or the persons who works with us. We can ask each other. Because if a pregnant mom, perhaps, having difficulty staying on the same dose, she doesn't dare to ask her doctor because she's pregnant and there's so much guilt.
Els Street Lawyers van crear les cartes JK, que incorporaven consells i es col·locaven dins els kits d'injecció. Aquestes cartes es podien trobar a l'entrada de les narcosales i oferien respostes als dubtes dels consumidors.
Even though I'm alone in my apartment, I can hear some people talking to me. Am I getting nuts? The answer is, it sounds as if you have hallucinations. The faster you get to treatment, the better.
El Nils és un treballador del Cafè Dugnat, un espai finançat per l'Ajuntament i ubicat just al costat de la narcosala temporal. Els consumidors poden acostar-s'hi per prendre un cafè, menjar alguna cosa i entrar en calor.
It's like just creating something normal, and I think the people that are working here have a lot of, trying to get in contact with these people, not to moralize or to try to change these people, but to basically listen to the things they have to say. I think that problem raised a togetherness between local people about that something needed to be done. So all these little steps towards changing this whole situation is, I think, what put people together.
I'm happy to be a part of changing the welfare for the minorities on the street, for the drug users here, because they are a part of our community.
These places wouldn't have been here without the social community, because who cares about drug users? And when they sit at your doorstep and fixing, people just get annoyed because they don't know anything about us. So the social community prevents the knowledge, makes the knowledge go out to the people around us, so they understand more what we have to deal with. I would have lost many friends if the rooms hadn't been there. So I go to a lot of funerals right now. I've always done that as a drug user, but it's less funerals now, and that's a good thing.